Hello and welcome to your 30-minute beginners Pilates class. This is a full body class. We're going to start with our warm-up, come into our main, and then finish off with some stretching. Let's get started by finding our Pilates posture. Your feet are hip width apart, toes pointing forward, and we're beginning to stack the hips over the ankles, shoulders stacking over the hips, and then maybe a gentle pressing back of the head so that your ears are in line with the tips of your shoulders. Take a breath in through your nose and then breathe out through the mouth, gently pursing your lips. Let's do that again. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. This time, find a gentle drawing in of your tummy muscles. Nice. Inhale, release and relax that. Breathe out. Pull the belly muscles in softly. Imagine you're tightening your belt one notch. And then let's also find a gentle lift up of our pelvic floor muscles. Good. Let's start by warming up the neck. Take your right ear over your right shoulder. Pause here. Just allow the weight of your neck to get into the stretch. And then bring the head back up to center. Take the left ear over the left shoulder now. Again, we're not pulling ourselves into this stretch, just allowing the body to open up in its own time. Bring the head back to center. Let's do that again. This time, after our stretch in the side of the neck, we're going to softly roll the head forward, chin comes to the chest. Pause here, feeling that stretch across the back of the neck. And then continue that journey. Bring the left ear over the left shoulder. One more time, rounding the head forward, chin softly nodding to the chest. Keep hold of your core engagement. Right ear over right shoulder. And then rounding forward once more. Left ear coming over left shoulder. And then bring the head back up to center. Let's loop the shoulders now, forwards, up and back. So take your time here, really feeling out this movement. If you're feeling tight or stiff in the neck and the shoulders, this is a great way to warm up the body. Change direction, take your circles the other way. Breathe, smile maybe, and then relaxing the arms down. Good. Let's take that right arm up now. Think about standing up taller. Allow your spine to lengthen. And then as you breathe out, it's a gentle side bend. Left hand sliding down the leg, the neck, the jaw stay relaxed. Feeling a deep stretch along the waist. Let's change sides. Take the left arm up. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the spine. Exhale, find your side bend. We're going to do that 2 more times to each side. As you lift and lengthen, I want you to imagine you're growing taller and then think about going up and over. So we're keeping length in the spine. And then left arm comes up, find your side bend. Just be mindful that you're not arching your back at the same time. We just want to be taking the spine side to side for now. One more time here, left arm reaches up, breathe in, breathe out. Slide that right arm down the leg. Good. And then coming up to stand. Nice. We're going to take the feet a little bit wider now, coming into some squats to warm up through the lower body. So as you sit the hips down, maybe you choose to float the hands to shoulder height and then press up to stand. Good. If you don't want to add the arm floats, you can just have the hands on the waist and then just come as far down as feels comfortable. We're just warming up now. So we don't have to come really deep into the squats, but I want you to think about keeping the chest nice and lifted, core stays engaged, and we're bringing the weight into our heels. Let's do one more here. Nice, and then bringing the feet back together. We're just going to pedal through the feet now, so taking one heel up, coming onto the ball of the foot, and then changing sides. So we're warmed up all the major joints in our body. We're ready to come down onto the mat. All right, you're going to come towards the back of your mat for me, or whichever space you're working on. Reset your feet so you're hip width apart. Take a breath in, excuse me. Take a breath in, standing up nice and tall. And then as you exhale, we gently nod the chin to the chest. We're rolling the shoulders down first and rolling down through the spine. Upper back, mid back, lower back. Come as far down as feels comfortable. We're aiming to keep the legs straight, but if you need to have a soft bend in the knees, go for it. Take a breath in at the bottom. And then as you breathe out, we're reversing that movement. So straighten through the legs first, then the lower back, mid back, upper back, shoulders and head coming up last. We're going to do that 2 more times, just the same. Take a breath in, stand up tall. Exhale, nod the chin to the chest. We roll down. Enjoy this movement. Feeling that stretch in the lower back. Once you've come to the bottom, we take a breath in, breathe out, roll back up to stand. Really nice. Good. 1 more time here. Take a breath in, exhale, nod the chin to the chest, rolling down. And then on this last roll down, we're going to bend the knees and bring the hands and the knees onto the mat. Good. So we're in an all fours position, hands are roughly under the shoulders, knees are roughly under the hips. We're going to start with a couple of twists here. So you're going to take your right hand behind your head, and then on your inhale, I'll turn to face you. On your inhale, you're going to open the chest to the right, elbow lifts, and then as you exhale, finding a little twist, so drawing your elbow between the space under the rib cage. Inhale, we open. Exhale, we twist. You've got the option here to take that arm out long and then send the arm through the gap between the thigh and the forearm. 2 more on this side. Breathing out as you reach underneath the arm. 1 more time. Inhale, take that arm up. Exhale, we twist. And then bring the right hand down. Good. Let's take it to the other side. Left hand behind the head, or take that left arm out long. Inhale, open your chest to the side. Exhale, we find our twist. Good. 4 more here. So this is a really wonderful stretch for the mid and upper back. If you tend to find your back is feeling sore or stiff, just taking a couple of these twists is a nice way to relieve that. We're going for 1 more here. So inhale, open the chest, exhale, elbow comes underneath the rib cage. And then bring the left hand down. From here, we're going to set up for our bird dog reaches. So wrists roughly under the shoulders, knees roughly under the hips. Make sure you've got a bit of space between the knees. And then on your next breath out, hug the tummy muscles up. Find length through the spine, Find length through the spine. And then we're going to reach the right arm forward. Extend the left leg out long. The toes can stay down to begin with. Notice how the core is having to work to keep the hips level, the shoulders stable. And then bring the hand and the knee down. We're going to stay with this movement, same arm, same leg. Right arm reaches away, left leg extends behind. Maybe you take that foot off the ground, coming to hip height, and then tap the hand and the knee down. Good. 3 more here. Take it nice and slow. We're focusing on control and precision. Notice if your hips are shifting to the side. Notice if your hips are opening up as well. We want to keep them squared down. Good. Change sides now. Take a breath in to prepare. Breathe out. Hug the belly in. Reach the left arm overhead. Extend the right leg out long. Toes on the mat or lifted. We're going for 5 on this side. So it's quite helpful sometimes to have a visualization. Maybe imagine you've got a tray on your lower back and you're trying to keep that tray nice and level so the pelvis stays squared to the mat. 1 more here. Good. And then bring the hand and the knee down. Come off the wrists. Give them a little circle, a break. Cool. And then when you're ready, we're going to make our way onto our fronts. So you can walk the knees back and just lower down onto your belly, coming into a couple of back extensions here. So your hands are roughly under your shoulders, and we're going to have the forehead or the chin on the mat. On your inhale, you're going to lift just the chest and the head. Gently draw the shoulder blades together and then lower back down. So just low back extensions, inhaling to lift the head, chest, and release. Keep working here. If you're feeling any twinging or gentle tugging in your low back, then squeeze the glutes, so activate through the bottom. And that should release some of the pressure out of your low back. 2 more here, just lifting and lowering. Good. Keep the back of the neck nice and long, maybe gently tuck the chin to the chest. On your next one, we're coming up exactly the same way. So gently draw the shoulder blades together and then float your hands off the mat. We want to check that we're using the muscles in our upper back and lower everything down. 2 more just like that. Start with the low back extension. So inhaling, lift the chest. Once you've come to the top of your back extension, then we float the hands off the mat, squeeze the shoulder blades together and lower. 1 more here. Inhale, lift. Hands come off the mat. And we release down. Good. You're going to press yourself up and come into a child's rest. So you can have the knees together or the knees slightly wider. Send the hips back. Keep the arms reaching forward. Take a couple of breaths here. If this pose isn't comfortable for you, you can be a little bit lifted in the hips. We're trying to get a stretch in the upper back after we've done that work. Take 1 more breath in and a soft exhale out. Really nice work. Come up to seated. We're going to swing our legs around now and then come to lie down on your back. Everyone's favorite in Pilates is our core. I'm joking, but maybe I'm not joking. So this head is down, lying down on our mat. And then I want you to take a breath in. As you breathe out, try to feel your lower abdominals engaging as you lift the knees up towards the chest. We want to have the knees stacked directly over the hips. Maybe you already feel your lower abdominals working here to keep the legs lifted. Great. From here, keeping the bend in your knees, so 90 degrees, we're going to go into our toe taps. So you're just lowering the thigh away from the body, the foot comes down, maybe the toes, and then bringing that leg back up to our start position. Take the left leg down now, and then come back up. Good. We're going to keep alternating here, changing the legs, and as always, we take it nice and slow. Begin to tune into your breath as well. So timing this movement with the breathing. I find it helpful to breathe out as I tap my foot down and breathe in as I come back to my start position. Really nice. We're going for 4 more on each side. If you need to take a rest, bring the feet down and then rejoin me when you're ready. Nice work. Tap the leg down, foot down. 2 more now. Use your breath. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth as you lower. 1 more on each side. Last one. And then lower the legs down. Well done. Hopefully you can feel that working your core, your tummy muscles. We're going to take the left leg out long now, so extend it away on your mat, and then lift that right leg up straight if you can. But if it is a little bent, don't worry too much. Okay, so aiming to work with a straight leg, we're coming into single leg circles here. So bring your hands onto the front of the hips so you can get some physical feedback when we start moving. We're going to take that breath in to prepare. Breathe in through the nose. As you breathe out, think about flattening the abdominals down to the mat. We're going to start to draw circles with that right leg, medium-sized circles, about the size of maybe a beach ball. And the aim here is to keep the pelvis level by engaging our core. So minimal rocking across that pelvis. Keep your breath smooth and steady. Let's change direction now. Take your circles the other way. Your quads are going to begin to work as well, so the muscles in the legs are going to begin to feel this. Your hip is going to begin to feel this, which is good. We want healthy hips, happy hips. Last one here. Nice. And then lower that leg down. Let's change sides. Take the left leg up now. Take that breath in to prepare, breathing out, flatten the abdominals down to the mat, and recircle the other side. Now you'll notice perhaps one side feels easier than the other. You might feel that there's a stiffness or maybe a stickiness to the movement. That's really normal. Let's change direction now. We're not symmetrical in our bodies, so there's going to be a difference in how we move on each side. And part of Pilates is bringing awareness to that difference so that when you go into the rest of your day, you can be more aware of how to work in correct alignment. And then lower that leg down. Good. Hug the knees into the chest. Take a gentle rock side to side. And then keeping the knees bent, we're going to bring the feet down onto the mat. Let's bring the fingertips behind the ears now. Try and keep the elbows softly open. We're going to come into some sit-up preps, but it's not sit-ups as you might think of them. These are really controlled and gentle. Take a breath in to prepare. As you breathe out through the mouth, lift the chest first, using the strength of your abdominals, so contracting through those core muscles, and then release the head down. Take a breath in at the bottom. As you breathe out, try and start this movement with your core strength, and then release the head. 3 more here. Breathing out, lift the head, the chest, but just be mindful we're not pulling on the neck, so we're not pulling the head forward. We're just supporting the weight of the head in our hands. Inhale, release down. Only 2 more here. Breathe out. Imagine you're closing the gap between the bottom ribs and the top of the hips. Inhale, we release. Last one. Maybe take a little smile and then lower the head down. Really nice work. Give the belly a rub. And then arms come alongside the body, palms facing down. We're coming into bridge next. So check that your feet are hip width apart and the heels are close towards the bottom. As you're lying here, we all have a natural curve in our lower back. That's how the spine is shaped. So we're going to just take a couple of pelvic tilts. What this looks like is a gentle tilting back of the pelvis and softly pressing your low back into the mat. We're not lifting the hips yet. And then you're releasing back to that natural curve. Good. And again, tilt the pelvis back, gently press the low back into the mat. Inhale, release. Exhale, tilt the pelvis. Inhale, we release. Now we're going to come into bridge. Take a breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, start with that pelvic tilt, and then you're going to peel your spine off the mat. So it's like you're trying to lift yourself off the mat, vertebrae by vertebrae. The hips come up, and we're up in bridge on the shoulders, shoulder blades. Tone your glutes, so squeeze the bottom, and you should feel the hamstrings nice and active. Take a breath in at the top, and then as you breathe out, try and place your spine down, vertebrae by vertebrae. So we're working through the upper back, mid back, lower back, and then the hips come down last. Release that pelvic tilt at the bottom. Let's do that again. Take a breath in. As you exhale, tilt the pelvis, peel up through the spine, press into the heels, glutes lifted. Take a breath in at the top, and as you exhale, you can imagine it's like a string of pearls. So each vertebrae is a pearl. We're trying to place it down one by one, and then release that pelvic tilt at the bottom. We're going to go again. Start with your pelvic tilt, breathing out, peel up through the spine. Keep the knees drawing forward, thighs parallel. Take a breath in at the top. As you breathe out, placing the spine down with control. Good. Take a breath in at the bottom. Exhale, we go again. So we're focusing on kind of articulating through the spine, lower down. Our spine is supposed to move as one healthy joint, but of course, in our modern lifestyle, we tend to sit down a lot or hunch over a computer, and so there's a disconnection. This is a great exercise to start feeling that connection once more. Let's take a breath in for our last bridge. Exhale, peel up through the spine. This time, when you come up into your bridge, we're staying lifted. Really squeeze the bottom, so get that lift in the hips. And then we're going to go for a little heel lift. So press the left foot down as you lift the right heel, coming onto the ball of that right foot. And then lower the right heel, change sides, pick the left heel up and lower. Right heel comes up and lowers, left heel comes up. So we're almost like pedaling through the feet like we did in our warm-up. Keep changing sides. Notice if the hips are beginning to droop down. If they are, give them a little squeeze up. 2 more to each side now. Left heel lifts and lowers. 1 more to each side. Right heel lifts and lowers. Left heel lifts and lowers. Maybe the glutes are feeling tired. Take 1 more breath at the top. And as you exhale, let's lower all the way down. Should feel really nice to come down onto the mat. You can windshield wiper the legs side to side. I like to do this as a release after bridge. You get a bonus massage across the glutes, the lower back. And then when you're ready, let's bring the knees back up to center. We're going to stretch out now. So that is the main of our workout completed. Well done. I hope you enjoyed that. We're going to cross the right ankle over the left knee and then just gently feel how this stretch is in your body on that right hip, maybe the glute. If you want to deepen the stretch, you're going to pick the foot off the mat, interlace the fingers behind your left thigh, and then gently draw the knees towards the chest. If you're here but your head is lifted, I'd rather you let go of the legs and have your head down on the mat, and then just work into this stretch over time. Let's take 1 more breath here. And then release the foot down, change sides, cross the left ankle over the right knee now. Pick up the foot if that felt good on the other side. And again, we notice if one side feels different, it probably does feel different. And just breathing into the stretch, allowing the muscles to open, building flexibility in our body. Take 1 more breath here. And then we lower the legs down. Good. We're going to take the right leg up towards the ceiling now for a hamstring stretch. You can have your left leg bent, or you can extend that leg long if that feels good. Working to straighten through that right knee, just gently using the hands maybe to pull the leg closer towards the chest, or if the leg is bent, you could always grab a towel or a strap or anything, pop it over the foot and use that to get into the stretch. Nice. Take 1 more breath here. And then slowly release that leg down. Let's change sides. Take the left leg up now. Holding the back of the thigh maybe. Feeling accomplished after your full body beginner's Pilates class. And then release that leg down. Good. You're going to make your way up to seated. And then come to a comfortable seated position, cross-legged if possible. Nice. So sitting up nice and tall. Take a breath in, exhale. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. We're going to bring the right hand down onto the mat. On your breath in, take that arm up. On your breath out, find a side bend. And then let's switch. Left hand comes down, right arm lifts and lengthens. Exhale, we bend. Let's do that one more time to each side. Inhale, take the left arm up. Exhale, find a gentle bend. And then changing sides. Left hand comes down, right arm comes up. Good. And then release both hands down. Let's finish our class with a shoulder roll. Take the shoulders forwards, up and back. And relax down. Thank you so much for joining me for this class. I hope you enjoyed it and look forward to seeing you on the mat soon.